Good evening, gentlemen. Your favorite commissioner coming at you once again for another edition of your favorite recap of the League 11. And every week, like I said, I've been trying to do something a little different, trying to change it up a little bit. And as you can see, I ran out of ideas. So we got Perk here to help us out. I figured he's got nothing better to do. He really doesn't have much of a team to manage, so I figured he could at least chime in and throw in some smart ass comments on this week's recap. So, assuming this one's going to go long, like they always do, we're just going to dive right into the first one. And the first matchup we got is between Tim and Corey. And Tim, the newcomer, sneaks out another win. 4-2 Tim. He's got 117 points against Corey's 105. Tim's 4-2 and in third place. Corey 2-4 and in eighth place. That's right. Corey lost and he still went up a spot. So there's that. Tim had 26 points out of Josh Allen, and that was about it.
Yeah, we had the bench. Brandon Ayuk jump in there and Chase Claypool on his bench, which it's a really good spot for him. Yeah, I'm going to tell you about it.
Obviously, you want all your best players on the bench, but hey, why waste those points on when you don't need them? I mean, just get enough to win. So.
Get a guy playing freaking Green Bay's defense against the Jets.
Yeah, exactly. What a rookie mistake. It says a lot. It says a lot about the kind of manager that Tim is. But speaking of shitty managers, Corey, he had CMC get him 23 points. I mean, and honestly, the fact that he's even scoring points in the 6th week of the year is pretty impressive at this point. But yeah, I think what does it look like? His starting wide receivers combined for 6 points. I mean. Yeah, real good there.
Not much there.
Yeah, and he played Green Bay's defense, which, I mean, so. But yeah, Tim still in playoffs if they start today. Corey battling for the plate to stay on his car. Next matchup we have between Mitch and Mike. And I suppose to get this out of the way, Mike, congratulations. Just saw the news come through the wire that you're going to be having a little boy coming into the family, so that's pretty awesome. Obviously, you got pretty distracted by that this week. 92 points. That's pretty poor. Not the worst, but not good. Mitch took full advantage of that and scored himself 128 points. I think, was that the most points this week?
No.
Oh, okay. Nick had one more. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty shitty week in fantasy. Yeah. But yeah. So, anyways, Mitch, 2-4 and in 7th place. One spot above Corey, gets the win. Mike gets his first loss to somebody who's not even in playoffs if they started today. 92 points, abysmal. Let's see, he had Patty Mahomes. I feel like every week he does pretty good, 22 points. I don't know, Perk, what are you seeing?
Hebrew Smith-Schuster sitting on his bench for 22.
Sure.
Not Scary Terry. Trevor Lawrence. I mean, got to know to play Trevor Lawrence. Against Indianapolis, you're going to play Patty Mahomes against Buffalo. You deserve to lose with managerial decisions like that. I mean, that's not good.
Yeah, I mean that's just pathetic management. There is what that is. I mean, and that's why you deserve the loss. Honestly, if you're going to make poor decisions like that, I mean, you just don't deserve to win. Mitch, on the other hand, like I said, second highest points of the week, 128. He had 31 points out of Stephon Diggs, and. Yeah. Half a point out of Jeff Wilson.
Joey Burrow had a day on his bench, 32 points.
See, what was it? Was it last week that I said that Kyler Murray's actually technically been doing better than Joe Burrow? And I think Mitch, he took my advice too close to the heart because, I mean, obviously, Arizona's playing a stellar defense like Seattle. I mean, they got a lot to play for. Yeah, you can't be certain guys against that.
That's like rule number 1, though. Don't take fantasy advice from you.
Yeah, there's that. So, yeah, he probably just does the opposite of whatever I say. But this time it bit him in the ass. So, hi, Shay. Yeah. Next matchup, we got another 92-pointer. Brandon versus Ben. Battle of the coworkers. And, yeah, Brandon, 92 points. You did not win. 2 and 4th and in 9th place. And I was going to look this up, and I didn't. Do you remember a time Brandon was ever in 9th place?
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm not.
Horseshoe's been launched up ever since he joined the league.
Yeah, right. I mean, not saying he's not the best player in our league by far, but usually he at least hangs in there. This year he wants that plate on that pickup of his. 92 points out of him, 109 out of Ben. Ben is 3-3 and in 5th place. Perk, why don't you do this one?
Buzzard, not much to talk about here. I mean, Lamar Jackson, Justin Jefferson, a couple decent guys. Still didn't quite get to that 20-point threshold. Fournette, he's been having a pretty decent year. Still hit or miss, even with the struggling Tampa Bay offense. But still,
and they lost to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's and he still puts up 22 points.
Yeah,
So I think
that's
he got
impressive.
kind of lucky there.
Yeah.
But the fact that you got that, and that's about all you had.
Well, look at all those single. DK Metcalf 5
Yeah.
points. David Montgomery 9. Joku 8. I mean, CH 3. Just all these single digit points. You're not going to win when your guys score single digit
No,
points.
you're not even dealing with bye weeks. Like
No.
you don't even have an excuse. That's
No.
just your god awful
Yeah,
lineup.
well, I mean, he probably had a lot of Detroit players that were on bye.
Probably.
Ben, on the other hand, he had Jamar Chase. He's just killing it too. 32 points out of him. But again, a lot of single points. Deontay Johnson 9 points. Nick Chubb 8 points. Goddard 4. I mean, yeah, it's just. I mean, it was a what would one say, a poopy matchup? Get it because they work in the sewer department.
Yeah, I got that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
It's pretty creative.
Yeah,
Come up with that on your own.
I came up with it last night when I was laying in bed.
Yeah, good call.
And speaking of poopy matchups, let's go to the next one here. The highest score of the week versus the lowest score of the week. Now, you already know who I'm talking about when I say the lowest score of the week. It's Perk. 81 points out of Perk to Nick's 134. I mean, Nick, I don't have enough time to go through all your good players. No, I'm kidding. Pittman got you 26. Eckler got you 24. Brees Hall finally showed up. Mark Andrews continues to be, I don't know, the number 1 tight end, maybe number 2 tight end. And you even got negative points out of your defense, and you still won by, what is that?
A shit ton.
54 points,
Yeah, a
whatever
shit
it is.
ton.
I mean, Perk, I don't have to go through your lineup, so I don't know. Do you want to elaborate on what's going on here?
Not really. I mean, injuries. I don't want to sound like Matt Novak. I mean, Christ, I got a Nate Novak-esque lineup where I got so much depth in here, but I just can't get guys on the field. It's just Novak 1 and Novak 2
See,
over
and
here.
if you had an 8 Novak team, you'd actually be telling us about your other teams.
That's true.
You wouldn't be talking
That's
about
true.
this team.
Well, I do. My 14-man team is way better than my
Can you-
10-man team.
Why don't you give us an update on that? So, yeah.
First place in that.
Yeah,
league,
see,
actually,
there you
so-
go. Yeah, just like Nate, he's winning all of his other leagues, but not doing shit in our league. So I looked this up really quick. Perk has 2 consecutive, 3 total weekly low scores in 6 weeks. The most weekly low scores that's ever happened. So last year Perk had 4. I think there was another year that Brandon had 4. Don, I'm sure, had 18 or something. I don't know at one point. But the most that's ever happened in one season is 6. And that was Corey a handful of years ago. I think before we went to 18 games or whatever we're at now. But the point is, Perk is on pace to beat that. So if we do that sports bet, it's mostly going to be with Matt's money, which is just fine by me. All right, and let's see. Well, hey, yeah, it is what it is. And the matchup of the week, let's see who we got here. We got, myself and Matt. And Matt, sorry, buddy, I doubled your losses that you got on the season. You lost to this shitty lineup, 98 to 124. Sorry. Perk's internet here is not working, and I haven't gotten good at stalling yet.
It's your shitty computer.
Probably.
I don't have any issues.
I don't know. Trying.
Matt, not much to talk about
Yeah,
here.
why don't you take over?
Tyreek Hill, big day, 30 points.
Yeah.
Godwin, mid-teens. Both your defenses, 14 out of the Rams and 11 on your bench for, I mean, if you want to consider that a win, then
I don't know if
Yeah.
having 2 defenses on your team is a
Well.
win, but hey, I guess what it is what it is.
swindle some trades. You
Yeah,
could probably
yeah,
sucker somebody
yeah.
into it.
I'm sure he would trade you the Rams defense for your number 1 wide receiver if you wanted
Probably.
to.
At this point, he can fucking have him. He'll
Yeah,
just get hurt
yeah,
anyway,
exactly,
so.
exactly. Tyreek Hill, despite playing with 2 quarterbacks last week, I don't know what it was, still managed 30 points. He took a lot of points from my boy Waddle, but I didn't need him. 25 points out of Ramondre Stevenson. I mean, honestly, I had 2 people on my team, including my kicker, get less than double-digit points. I mean, it's only 124, but hey, this week, that's like scoring 150. So I am 3-3 and in 6th place. Matt 4-2 and in 4th place. Yeah, I was gonna put together some other little tidbits, but I figured I don't really have many of them, so I'd save them. I don't know. What do you got, Perk? What, any nuggets that you found going through this stuff?
Not really. I mean, up and down year this year, you've got, teams like San Francisco, Green Bay, and those guys that are losing. So every week there's always those clunkers in there. So, boys, we're in the mix of it right now.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're paying attention to things.
So what you're saying is,
don't do what I do.
Well, right, but I feel like what I'm gathering out of this is the good teams who are supposed to be doing good are not doing good. Therefore, if you drafted a really good team and you banked on those two good teams doing good, and you're not doing good, really, like, you had a good draft, your team's just not performing to where they should be.
Yeah, I don't want to keep on banging the drum. But
Yeah,
that's
I got
essentially
you.
what
Yeah,
it is.
no, I understand. So,
Yeah.
all right, boys. Well, good luck this week. I don't know who's playing who. Perk, who you got this week?
I think I got your shitty brother-in-law. God, that's gonna be a. Yep, buzzer. Fucking battle on 9th and 10th. Bring it on, bitch.
And I got Nick, the new first place. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Nick is now in first place, so Mike sucks and stuck. But yeah,
points leader.
See, yeah, we gotta. I'll nip that in the bud. Don't worry. I can't do much about whatever points he scores, but I can at least double his losses to 2. So, all right, boys, we'll see you next week.